Zarga told me that you returned one of our sheep to the herd. You have gained some small prestige by helping Kumas. Are you ready to go to ISIS yet? Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from ISIS. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there. Colonel Tobin is General Vaklu's right-hand man. Despite his martial skill, he handles himself as a functionary more than a warrior. Back when we were fighting Vaklu's resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, Vaklu wouldn't have any use for a poisonous Kinrath like Tobin. But Vaklu seems to have adapted well to peacetime. When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet. Onderon is a recent addition to the Republic, joining during one of the darker eras in Republic history. Since joining, the Republic has endured many wars and great battles. The people of Onderon don't possess the resolve and strength needed in these times. Many of them want to break away from the Republic. They want to go back to an earlier age when they could cower behind their walls. Their spinelessness made them easy to conquer. It depends on who you ask. Queen Talia rules from the royal palace, but her cousin, General Vaklu, has a great deal of power in ISIS as well. They disagree about many things, just like their citizens. We fought General Vaklu during the war, and he is a worthy adversary. Queen Talia is young and hardly a match for him. We're not self-sufficient here. We need supplies. ISIS is the only place to go for them in this system. Not much choice, which is unfortunate, because their animosity towards Mandalorians makes it inconvenient to go there. I don't blame you. They're sad people. I have some things to look into. I'll talk to you later. Are you ready to go to ISIS yet? I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out. How are the port stabilizers?
They check out Mandalore. All systems are green.
Good. I want the shuttle bound for Onderon within the hour. What do you want?
Is all in readiness?
It is. Like I promised. Why? You want to back out now?
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah, yes. The Great Crusade, after the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor V, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed. The future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor V, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even following them into darkness. Do you wonder where he wanders now, Mandalore? Why he betrayed you at the end, cast you down, left you broken at the edge of the galaxy.
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. He is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path. And I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her.
1, 2, 3.
Mandalorians, we've got company. Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. Our enemy has tracked us here. I did not expect them so soon. How did they get here, I wonder? Regardless, we must eliminate them all. None of them can escape. Our whereabouts must remain a secret. Let us join the battle. Our allies will need our help.
Seems trouble follows you on a regular basis. I think it's best for both of us if we head to Isis immediately. Grab your gear. My men will take care of cleaning up the mess.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
The timing of this is atrocious. A space battle above our skies, so many of our fighters lost?
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
That shooter!
Strong word, Your Majesty, but there is no good time for news like this. I recommend we continue with our plan.
But won't that bring even more followers to Vaklu's side? Increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps, but we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only then, can we strike.
I fear by then it will be too late.
Here we are, the city of Isis. It's been shut down tight for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city. Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square. It might be best if you do the talking around here. The Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world. Something you need.
It's been a while since you've docked here, eh? I suppose the lockdown has hurt your profits as well. Oh, it must be hard to shuttle people when nobody's allowed to leave. The blockade has been bad for everyone. Nothing new. Our space forces have been in full readiness ever since the space battle in orbit. Tensions are running high. All Republic vessels must be searched, and the delays are turning pilots grey before their time. Ever since the Republic fired on our space forces, things have been even slower. Bad days. Bad days. And things are getting worse. I'd get out of the system quickly if I were you, friend. Well, doesn't look like you have any trade goods, so the inspection's just a formality. Here's your starport visa. Don't lose it. They're priceless right now. If you want to leave the planet, you need a starport visa. They're very hard to get. Many people want to get out of here before things get worse. There's strict food and water rationing, and General Vaclu's troops have been very thorough in finding Republic dissidents. Bombing's very common. Certainly. Mind what I said about the starport visa. I know one captain already who can't get back into the starport.
I can't believe the Republic assaulted our space forces. Forget about secession, we should declare war.
General Vaclu is royalty too. I know a lot of people that wish he was king.
That space battle has caused hell with our schedules. Our quotas for shipments are going to be late again. With all the Republic vessels getting searched, the beast bound for Telos keeps stacking up. The city smells like the back end of a Gundam nest. Be careful out there. Starship captains have been mugged for their starport visas. Or worse.
General Vaclu was an underground resistance leader during the Mandalorian occupation. He's a real hero.
Is it too much to hope that you are a Telosian merchant? These beasts you see here are for delivery to Telos, but the Republic vessels that transport them have to wait for thorough and needlessly long searches, until the city is stacked with caged beasts waiting for their ships. We have stopped gathering beasts now, but they still fill the city. For Drexel and Ryder, the Ithorians brought wealth and prosperity. Our settlements prospered, but now they have been kept in their cages for a long time, but yet at times I feel as if something else is affecting them, frightening them. Perhaps it is the city itself. ISIS has fallen upon dark times, and tensions run high in the streets. I am a beast rider. I have flown great distances gathering the animals you see here. We keep hoping that Ithorians or Telosians get through the Space Force's searches so that we can sell them. Our people have been here for centuries, though we were not always one with the wilds of Onderon. In ancient times, our people were criminals, prisoners who were cast out of ISIS and sentenced to die by the beasts in the wilds. But our ancestors learned how to survive and even tame the mighty beasts. They became our strength and companions. We fought endlessly with ISIS for resources and survival. But 2 generations ago, an ISIS princess named Galia and a great beast rider hero, Oron Kira, married. They united our peoples, but now things are unraveling. Even the beasts can smell it in the air. Many beast riders have fallen to the city ways, and some are now no more than common thugs. Queen Talia and her cousin General Vaklu argue in open councils. The beasts stir from the changes in the wind, and cannot be calmed, and we beast riders find it harder to enter the city each day. No one is to leave the city without the starport visas. It chokes passage in and out of ISIS. Telos was attacked by Darth Malak in the Jedi Civil War. The surface was completely destroyed. The Ithorians have been searching for appropriate wildlife to create a new Telos, but their merchants are stalled by the blockade. Calm.
What? Run! The bomber is out of control!
Soon we shall know.
I don't know what to say. I've heard stories, but I assumed that they were fledgling riders, or simply tales that grow in the telling. Not since my first Drexel have I lost control of a beast. I apologize profusely. Here, I give you these credits for the danger I put you in. The beasts grow more agitated by the day. The stories say that the smoldering fires of city politics cast a smoke they can smell and breathe. They revert to their primal instincts, as you've just seen. When they get that way, not even a skilled beast rider can control them. As soon as I leave here, I will talk with my family. There is much to be discussed. I am so sorry for insulting you with my offering. Here is more. Again, I apologize.
Halt, off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis? Amusing. Your humor is noted. Is your ship affiliated with any Republic-based corporation? You could just answer no. Answers like that just mean more paperwork for me. Do you have any crates of weapons or other military equipment you plan to sell in Isis? You're free to go. Don't lose your starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Let's hurry this up. I want him escorted out of here quickly.
This is outrageous. I'm not a spy. I'm a journalist for Isis Com.
You're a Republic spy, and your propaganda will be silenced. We are taking you back to our barracks for interrogation.
But, well, you can't be serious. You accuse me of propaganda? I have proof that Vaklu is withholding information on the so-called Republic.
One more word of treason out of you. What are you looking at? This is none of your business.
Please, sir, help me. Vaklu's troops won't listen. I'm just a journalist, not a spy.
Warrants. General Vaklu passed an edict giving the military broad authority to detain and question anyone suspected of treasonous activity. It was specifically meant for us to pick up spies like this before they could leave Isis or go underground.
This is just because I try and expose the web of lies that...
Enough out of you! Perhaps this traitor is more of an agent provocateur, sent by the Republic to sow dissent in our ranks. Men, let's take this spy away. Another word out of you and we can make the trip very uncomfortable.
It disgusts me how many soldiers in other commands are willing to put aside their sworn duty. We took our oath to protect and serve the Queen faithfully.
Recommended a special commendation for Colonel Tobin due to his brilliant command of our armada in the skies above Onderon. Without him, Lord Dashiell said, the Republic attack would surely have done more damage. Tobin is one of Isis's greatest heroes and deserves recognition. The Ithorian fleet has yet again pushed back estimates for when the beasts will be cleared from our streets. They claim that the blockade continues to hinder their progress. Not only has this posed a significant health risk, but there has been a rise of beast attacks in Isis. 3 attacks happened last week. Disturbingly, there have been 2 additional beast attacks today. The frequency of the attacks has been growing. The Council of Lords session is running late today as General Vaklu rallies his supporters to pass his amendment giving the Council the power to manage diplomatic relations with the Republic instead of the Queen. Critics say that this amendment is a thinly veiled attempt by General Vaklu to secede from the Republic. A supermajority of lords are needed to pass it. Political experts say that Queen Talia still has enough lords that support her to easily quash Vaklu's latest efforts. In the Council of Lords today, Lord Dashiell recommended a special commendation for Colonel Tobin. Without him, Lord Dashiell said...
We're gonna have to find another source of cheap fuel now that Paragus is gone.
I'm Captain Galisi, Offworlder. If you want to pass here, I'll need to see your starport visa. Everything seems in order. You're cleared to go. There are reports of Republic smugglers arming dissidents in the city. Checkpoints have been set up throughout the city to prevent more civil disturbances. There are 2 types of starport visas. The type you have is an individual visa, good for just you and any pre-registered staff and family that accompany you. The Office of Immigration also issued open visas. Because of the Republic attacks, General Vaklu just announced that the Office of Immigration has been shut down. There have been a lot of edicts since the Republic launched an unprovoked attack on our space forces. No one can get starport visas anymore. Listen, I wouldn't mind letting some of these unfortunates through, but regs are regs. Besides, some of my troops would like nothing more than to get rid of me to earn favor with General Vaklu. Any officer loyal to the Queen has found life increasingly difficult. So far, all the officers in the Merchant Quarter are still royalists, but many of our troops think Vaklu is right. I think he's right too, but he should respect the Queen's orders. But if I break any of Vaklu's orders, I fear some of my men wouldn't wait for my court-martial. The Republic and the Jedi brought many wars to our planet. Things were far simpler and safer when we were independent. General Vaklu keeps pressuring the Queen to listen to the will of the people and secede from the Republic. But Queen Talia is staunchly in favor of the Republic.
Queen Talia is a smart and capable ruler. The times before the Republic were terrible for us. Doesn't anybody remember that? General Vaklu dares too much. He's skirting treason. I'm just going to try and stay out of all the politics and do my job. My brother fought in the recent space battle. He said that the Ebon Hawk didn't fire first. It disgusts me how many soldiers in other commands are willing to put aside their sworn duty. We took our oath to protect and serve the Queen faithfully. Queen Talia is a smart and capable ruler.
You're cleared to go.
Please, Captain, help me. My children and I are desperate to get off of Onderon. Do you have an open starport visa?
You have the look of someone used to adversity. A cut above the rabble around here. I have a business proposition for you. Everyone around here begs and pleads night and day for open starport visas. Very touching how well they act out their lies. Or truths. It doesn't matter, really. What does matter is credits. Hard currency. I offer you 2,000 credits if you find an open starport visa. You won't find a better deal. I only know of one person who might offer something comparable. And what's going on there is illegal. I'm a legitimate trader, so there's no risk. There's only one thing ultimately more important than money, and that's your life. She's trouble, I wouldn't deal with her. I want nothing to do with her. If you want to get involved... No, I don't think so. It's really very simple. We don't have anything more to talk about, unless you get an extra visa. So, you're back. My offer still stands, 2,000 credits for an open starport visa. I only know of one There's only one thing ultimately more No, I don't think so.
Welcome to what must be the smelliest place in the universe, Offworlder. How can I assist you?
That's an air defense tower. The city's filled with them. Isis is an ancient city, and for many generations, our main enemy was the Beast Riders that lived outside the city.
Towers like these were built to protect us against Drexel and their Beast Riders. A Drexel is a flying beast. Huge creatures with teeth the size of your arms. Lethal, and skin like ferrosteel plates. Somehow the Beast Riders figured out how to tame them years ago. About 50 years ago, Princess Gallia married one of the great leaders of the Beast Riders, Orin Kira. That was right at the start of the Beast Wars. By the end of it, Gallia was crowned queen, and finally there was peace between our people. It's hard to put aside centuries of conflict. There's an uneasiness between our people. The Beast Riders are upset that General Vaklu has forbidden Drexel in Isis. Citizens usually only see the fallen Beast Riders, who know better than thugs. That's a long story. Sure you have the time? Most people don't care for an old soldier spinning a tale or two. Someone else who likes history, huh? All right. Isis was formed pretty much at the dawn of our civilization. It was born out of necessity. It protected us from the dangerous beasts that litter Onderon. This city is as old as our civilization. Most of our technology was invented to fortify these walls and protect us. For ages, our worst criminals were cast out of the city to an almost certain death. It wasn't completely certain, though. Some of the criminals figured out how to survive out there. They learned how to tame the native beasts. And it wasn't long before they turned their attention to Isis. Certainly, things are quiet right now. I have some time. What do you want to talk about? These are troubled times. You've probably heard that General Vaklu and Queen Talia are having some disagreements. I've been warned from command to keep my opinions to myself on that. So I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Ask around, though. There are plenty of people who'd like nothing more than to talk about it. Times are too complex for a simple soldier like myself. Sometimes I made the mistake of answering questions honestly. If you say anything bad about a superior officer, they call that disrespecting the rank. Do that too many times and it's not long before you're a civilian. The politics of the day is probably the most talked about subject in the city, and everyone wants to share their particular view of what's going on. Opinions are like Gizka around here. They breed like mad. Stay out of trouble.
I think Vaklu is using Republic spies as an excuse to intimidate anybody that would oppose him. I heard the Paragas mining facility was completely destroyed. What are we going to do for fuel? The Republic wouldn't attack our ships. That makes no sense. Someone else must have started it. I think Queen Talia's policy is a wise one. We need the Republic. Without them, we'd be under Mandalorian rule.
Please tell me you're an off-worlder. You came from the spaceport, right? But this is good news. You have a starport visa, right? I can only sell my best weapons if you have that. These soldiers ensure that I don't forget these formalities.
Watch it, Keg. The captain already has enough complaints about you.
No need to be alarmed, my foreign friend. Pay the soldier no heed. Pretend he isn't here. General Vaklu is concerned about well-armed insurgents. They've had to get arms from somewhere. Not from me, of course, but all sales of weapons have been severely restricted. I can only sell to off-worlders like you that have the proper clearance. And now off-worlders can't come here because of the blockade and searches, but it's a wise policy. Of course, soldiers are only doing their job. Even if it puts me out of business, I am happy. Even if I'm forced to live off scraps in the street, I am so happy to do my part. Long live General Vaklu! Oh, everything's great here. We're all very happy. So very happy. Large variety of weapons. My stock is very good. You might want to buy some before the general decides he needs more blasters. Then weapon merchants like myself have the honor of providing them to him at a substantial discount, even below what it costs us. We do it happily, or else.
Or else what, Geg?
Or else we are very unhappy at not being able to do our part.
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will of the people. The Republic has brought nothing but war and death. In our 50 years of flying their colors, we have had more war than the past millennia.
Back General Vaklu in his effort to make her see reason. We do not need the Republic. They need our resources, our world, and our blood. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose fallen brethren have brought such misery to us, have disbanded. Let's be the first world to take our future into our hands. Are you with me?
Exactly. That is all we ask. Close to 2/3 of Onderonians want to reclaim our independence, to isolate ourselves from the ravages of the Republic, to relive our golden age when we answered to no Senate.
That's enough, Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention. You're coming awfully close to treason.
You can't silence me forever, soldier, but I'll keep my peace. For now.
If I speak more right now, the soldiers will arrest me. Perhaps they...
These are dangerous times. People like Ponlar aren't making it any easier.
I think Vaklu is using Republic spies as an excuse to intimidate anybody that would oppose him.
Unnecessary observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi, but such actions only delay the inevitable, annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications, recitation, and bring about the termination of hostilities. Systems failing, Master.
I heard the Paragus mining facility was completely destroyed. What are we going to do for this?
The rumor I've heard is that you don't fully agree with our Queen and her supporters. If you aren't adverse to Queen Talia stepping down, we could use your help. It would be quite worth your while. I am a strong supporter of General Vaklu. The Merchant Quarter is an important area, not only financially but strategically as well. It is one of the few districts that is directly connected to the Royal Palace. The Queen and her advisors are well aware of this and have ensured that the captains here are extremely loyal to her. This presents complications for Vaklu. If you could arrange for them to be removed from their command, you will be richly compensated. For each task you complete, I am prepared to pay you 2,500 credits. Plus you will earn the favor of some powerful people. We could make your job much easier. You can't attack them directly. The entire city would be after you if you assaulted their checkpoints. You may have to be subtle and patient. They don't have to be killed, just removed from command. There's Galisi at the starport. Riken commands from the turret tower, and Bastuco guards the entrance to the Skyway. All loyal, and all need to be reassigned. A true veteran, years of honorable service, completely dedicated to the Queen. Sadly, I think he's more on our side than the Queen's. But he's an old soldier that can't adapt to today's complex situation. Regardless of what the best interests of Onderon are, he won't swerve from executing the Queen's misguided decrees. Persuasion may be ineffective. Take this military security card. It can be used to slice into security terminals. Perhaps you will find solutions there. He's the most junior of the captains. His superior, Captain Sulia, met with an accident. I believe you're familiar with that. Besides his strong loyalty to the Queen, I know next to nothing about him. He sometimes frequents the local cantina when he isn't at his post. He's been responsible for the Merchant Quarter for years. He's been chastised repetitively for his criticism of General Vaklu. His years of service won't protect him if he continues to subvert the chain of command. He has received several warnings. With a nudge, he just may get a dishonorable discharge.
This woman works for Vaklu. The Queen is riddled with shortcomings and other faults. We should assist Vaklu instead. By helping Onda, we may convince Vaklu we need not be enemies. My life for yours. I will answer what I can. It is not a subject which I have spoken of since its destruction. The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it. I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died. To see everything around you extinguished. It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the force had been bled from the world. I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of KotOR. And my life, my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed. Yes, but it was not survival. I still wonder what would have happened if I had died with the others. If perhaps there would have been some way to hide my presence from the galaxy. If only I had not felt that pain, that loss, as strongly as I did. But it could not be done. When the life was bled from the planet, and yet somehow I remained. My master came for me. He walked upon the surface of my dead world, and there, lying in the bodies of my race, he took me for his own, and he made me see. And for the first time, I saw the galaxy, and I wished to die. To this galaxy, my world, absent the currents and spectrums of the Force, was nothing but crude matter, rock, flesh, emptiness. He showed the flickering of life on other planets. The mass of beings that swarm through the empty places of the galaxy. To see such creatures, disconnected from themselves, their world, their place in it, unable to see the currents and how they affected everything around them. He showed me to make me believe in his cause. He convinced me the galaxy, all life, must die. He fed upon its ugliness, its screaming, and in its place, he left silence. And where there was chaos, he brought stillness and order. The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity to see what was striking them from the darkness of the galaxy. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And KotOR, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface, could no longer be ignored. And my people died, and the Jedi died, and there was no one left, only me. He cannot deny his hunger for long, and any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence. I do not understand what you mean. They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them, and they did. But they were unprepared for the magnitude of the threat. He cannot deny his hunger for law. And now that the... I do not understand. I will answer what... My master, he has crippled me. It is not something I can explain. Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this? Why do you seek to help me? Teach me? You must not do this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me. There is more to the Sith than simply rage or slaughter. There are many kinds of hate, and all of them have the call of the dark side in them. The galaxy is filled with many such evils, and rarely have I seen anything else. I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of such memories, or the planet itself. It is not a subject. The planet was not destroyed. I've heard tales of Malachor. It is said that many of my people felt the end of the Mandalorian Wars from across the galaxy. But do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between KotOR and Malachor. My homeworld still exists. It is intact. I am not certain I did. To see... I imagined that I was the only... Yes, but it could not. He walked up and he made... My life for yours. I will answer what I can. My master, when he showed me my world, showed it to me as it is. It hurt. And since that moment, it has been difficult to perceive the Force as I once did. But after traveling with you, I feel that perhaps there was a gift in it, hidden beneath the pain. Only when one suffers do certain truths become evident, both of the galaxy and of the self. And I feel you are an example of this. It is not a subject.
Wanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalifa. Shanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe.
Dahupa go sakurata go jujuto yoke. Gavadumpa munsuru kuplaliya.
Moga chi norta hirembe wanachi. Kati mogogra.
Kawanabota yutatanga kinamatora.
Wanabota ayuka taigwa.
Gavadumpa munsuru kuplaliya wa. Kawanabota yu. Donhite mosijo.
Tahirembe wanakum paile mokata. Takom taktus mig. Wanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora.
Moloda nawinki. Kawanabota yutatanga kinamatora.
Yes, human sentient. I want to hear the answer to this as well. Do you stand with youthful idealism or with political pragmatism?
Dovrekun miliwosa slima po wanga sawana muta.
Vaklu is my choice as well. Politics is filled with those who react. Vaklu is someone who acts. There is an emptiness in the galaxy. A vacuum that will get filled. He may go far in his path.
Temo pacinsagis. Kranita impetisa chong talita mosandrinora.
Tralalai wistol buramwe. Gracile wamba.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Davadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma.
My life for yours. I serve my master. My master was aware. There is little my master. I will answer. My life. It is not a sub. It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is far more terrible, and it touches more lives than any machine can hope to slay. For everyone that feels the Force, strongly, deeply, each one feels and perceives it in their own way. You have strengths, whether you know it or not. And my master has his. His power is great, and it comes from hunger. He is a wound in the Force, more presence than flesh. And in his wake, life dies, sacrificing itself to his hunger. And those who feel the Force strongly are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, would have been attacked in time. It was inevitable. Yet we could do nothing about it. The Jedi, they succeeded, and my people... He cannot deny, and now that the Jedi... They hope to see the threat that he cannot deny, and now that I do not understand.
I won't remain silent any longer. The Republic has actively attacked us. They attack our spaceships unprovoked. What next? An invasion? Perhaps they seek to conquer us. Will you stand idly by? Will you let them bomb our city? No! If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her. With force!
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Brothers and sisters, let us rise up now and march to the palace. Our will cannot be denied.
That's right! Death to the Queen! Death to the rise! Grab arms! We will march!
Why are you joining in this? I prefer Vaklu over Talia, but this is hardly a task for a warrior. Shrewd. I hate to lower myself to joining this mob, but your plan may work.
You would fight with them? This is madness! We need reinforcements!
The Off-Worlder joins us! Let's fight these rats! The Royals must die!
I can't believe the Republic assaulted our space forces. Forget about secession.
Back again, Off-Worlder? I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets. Actually, I wasn't telling you about it before. Like I said, I was warned by command to keep my opinions to myself. Ask around, though. There are plenty of people who'd like...
Yes, tell them what you really think, Riken.
I don't think so. I know you'd like nothing better than getting me drummed out of the military, but I'm not gonna say a word. It's not that simple. Soldiers are guardians. We protect people. But if they get too political, then it enters dangerous territory. It can even lead to a coup d'etat.
Are you implying something, Riken?
The only thing I'm implying is that it's my duty as a soldier to keep politics at home. On the job, I respect the rank and the chain of command. Strength? It's not about strength. The military is being corrupted by the general. If those faithful to the Queen don't steer clear of Vaklu's cap-hound...
That's enough! You may be the Queen's pawn, Riken, but you will not rail against a brilliant general like Vaklu.
Can't you see it? He's slick with words, but Vaklu's inner circle are responsible for dark deeds. Anyone that speaks out against him is labeled a rebel spy. You think the Republic needs a few hundred spies in ISIS? Most spies are picked up in raids and never heard from again. It's just wrong.
I will see you are relieved of your command for this. Your mouth just ended your career. No matter how distinguished your war record is, it is over.
I don't know how much more help I'll be. Won't be in the military too much longer.
Such suggestions are only effective on the weak-willed.
You're back to visit me. I've heard the news. One captain has been removed, 2 to go. Here are the credits we talked about. There's twice as much waiting for you if you do what is being asked.
Rakichi-san, Donasinto Norokipa Shakani, Dinachara, Graracha, Ganomiso, To Torando Kane, Terando Nosh Wiwanahoto, Rakichi-san, Donasinto Norokipa Shakani, Dakosha, Nichotono, Ponta Chakorzo Mama, Dokashjuna Rananashani, Visitisa Chula, Jumkarataka, Chonaborawe, Kakia Bahasan-chan, Onka Kirikun.
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Some of those alien thugs had a go at you, right? I don't want to cross you.
Beasts are acting up again. You a rider? Last thing we need is more competition. Hard to keep the beasts in line nowadays.
Have any work that needs to be done?
Heard of any good finds?
I am 1B-AD, an automated droid vendor. I have in stock a variety of quality droid components, no refunds, and no haggling. Do you have any interest in my goods? 1B. Warning. Any attempt to interfere with 1B-AD's primary function will result in violence. Please back away from this unit's access panel. I am 1B-AD, an automated droid. 1B-AD. I am 1B. Certainly, 1B-AD is programmed to answer many basic questions from prospective buyers. What do you want to know? That information is restricted. Do you have any interest in my goods? Isis is the only city on the planet Onderon. All other information on this subject has been restricted. Sorry, my memory banks have no information on that subject. Please restate your question or ask another. Sorry, my memory banks have no information on that. Certainly, one.
This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here. The soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not.
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to. If you talk to him, tell him I got his 20 credits.
It's not much, but enough to live on. I bet the scavengers on the destroyed planets are rich. War's coming. That should be good for business. This is my area. Go find your own.
You look like an off-worlder. My name's Galisi. I'm a checkpoint captain at the merchant quarter. If you're here for Juma juice, it's not that good. But at least it's cheap. I don't think Bith have the same sense of taste we do. Long day, as always. Sulio was captain of that checkpoint for years. I never knew why she came here every night until I got her job. We stand at the checkpoints all day long. It gets hot out there and my feet are always killing me. But now I'm in charge and everybody's problems are mine. So I have to deal with all the people begging to get out of the city. Every one of them's got a story. Let me tell you, there are a lot of sad stories out there. She was murdered. I didn't want her job, but I got it now. The same as everyone. People are trying to blame that doctor, Dagon Gent. I don't think even Command believe he did it, but someone's got to take the blame. I almost think that investigators aren't really looking. Dagon's convenient. They don't want to find the real murder. Sulio was murdered, maybe even assassinated. I might be a little paranoid. I have a wife and daughter to look after, and I feel like I'm a target now. I'm tempted to just grab my family and take the first shuttle out of here. I really am torn. There are some days where I think I'm a fool to stay. I've gone over this so many times. No, I still don't know what to do. I believe you. How can you know? Never mind that. I think it may be a good idea to turn in my notice. I appreciate the warning.
Malampro tarawan jika sa samca pada buatas. Kawana bota yuta. Dahupa o sakurata o jujuto yoki. Kabatumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Takometa playa justinga miki gonko beaste. Chone mulera. Tonkinge bano jansaka nikara. Kabatumpa munsuru kupla liya. Onta chiwita inka. Takometa playa justinga miki gonko beaste. Takometa playa justinga miki gonko be. Kabatumpa munsuru kupla liya.
There's got to be something you need. Something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one open starport visa. Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of them lost their lightsaber in the Beast Wars. A reliable source says it's a rare Quicksilver crystal. Incredibly rare and valuable.
Koshoni crystals were warmed by a dying sun millennia ago. Only a handful were obtained before the sun went nova. Their power is rumored to be great.
I see that's grabbed your interest, eh? There's only one way you're going to get it. One open starport visa. No visa, no crystal. Because we'll trade them simultaneously. And if you aren't satisfied with your payment, I'll let you switch it for something else. I don't want to cross a Jedi. It's a small universe. I don't really care about the trouble that's behind you or ahead of you. We have exactly one thing we can talk about. Starport visas. Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it. You have an honest face. I will answer your question. I need to transport permacrete explosives for the exchange. They're going to use it to take care of some competition and some local authorities. Permanently.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right? I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle. Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic? A pity. The Republic needs every capable person they can get. If you'll excuse me. If you'll excuse me.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Are you interested in a friendly game of Pazak? The deck is warm, the drink is plentiful, and the company amiable. Can I tempt you? Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion. I'd much rather talk about something else. Focusing on the negative is no way for a gambler to live.
Pornacze nie są pamaranga do risavota.
Doci namazrunta. Lagi-sa?
Juso da mera. No kumarantisa machisa. Pornacze nie są pamaranga do risavota.
Doci namazrunta. Lagi-sa? Kavadunta masuraku.
Krać, mizoto minaka de sama krama krać bituto.
Kavadunta masuraku. Dahupo botenya goru chopit. Kavadunta masuraku. Dahupo botenya goru chopicha. Kavadunta masuraku.
KotOR II. Bosa non ci rintama su Kingura Wanka. Sukrei masukun matungala. KotOR II. Sukrei masukun matungala. Chkawanas. Tanto todos tu mukarata. Sukrei masukun matungala.
Osman Kuniwado ni Puta. Tapi ini kemarin Inas Ija.
This room is reserved, Off-Worlder. I suggest you leave the room, Off-Worlder. I've got all the fans I need right here, so go space yourself. This room is reserved. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance. I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf. She's a beast rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
You can't be the one that fought all those bounty hunters. Only some sort of crazed Wookiee could pull that off.
Donos emereki, wanara. Dawa josimu poindorakawa ichi. No mababe want to susi to mukara in wamago. No mababe want to susi to mukarata. To aspect on a tadabe. Sebko emariam dawata situ. Loka kamaran endoso ranwi. No mababe want to susi to mukarata. Sebko emariam dawata situ. Dawa josimu poindorakawa.
Sommogo dosi sheba dente school mo brang tabar soju. Da kom Yatuka Uwanrika Choti.
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin?
Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi risk all of this just to come to Isis?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Isis. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have him watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
It's the Offworlder. Listen, let's keep this brief. I've probably lost my command already because of the conversation we had. I don't see how it could get worse, but the galaxy has a funny sense of humor about that. We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder. Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the Starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him. No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously. I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing him. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, Command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble. Stay out of trouble.
You're back to visit me. 2 of the poor captains have lost their commands. Great shock, no doubt. Just 1 more left, and the Royalist captains will be no more. Here is the sum of credits we agreed upon. There's Galisi at the starport. Riken commands from the turret tower. And Bastuco...
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, Offworlder. I am Captain Bastuco. I have served loyally in the Onderon military for 20 years.
20 years would mean you were here during the Mandalorian Wars, right?
I was a soldier when the Mandalorians took our world, and I fought in the Resistance. When we drove them from Onderon, I served on the Wall for 10 years after.
You mean after the Jedi drove the Mandalorians from Onderon? The Mandalorians never gave ground to any Onderon soldier.
Such a view could be considered treason. Onderon was responsible for much of the fighting during the last days of the war. Without General Vaklu, the Republic would have fallen. General Vaklu is my superior officer, and I respect the chain of command. He kept the Resistance alive when the Mandalorians were destroying our world. The Wall is the barrier between Isis and the Onderon wilderness. For hundreds of years, we kept the city free of beasts and beast rider scum. The greatest honor for an officer is to serve on the Wall. Many aspire to the post, but few are worthy of it. I was requested to guard the sky ramp in the merchant quarter. My personal feelings on the matter are irrelevant. I received an order, and I carried it out. You're right. I have many good years of service left in me. Yet I feel like I'm being set aside. They said they needed their best men here. But Skyramp duty has always been relegated to fresh officers. I couldn't do that. I heard the reassignments came from the Queen herself. I'm a soldier, and it's my duty to serve. Now be on your way. You've wasted enough of my time. I told you before, Off-Worlder, the sky ramp... The wall... I feel a little lightheaded. Let me tell you what I feel. I have many good years of service left in me. I feel like I'm being set aside. They said they needed their best. I couldn't do... I will request reassignment immediately. Troops, man the checkpoint without me. I must leave at once.
Minds can often be shaped by the Force, or pushed in the right direction.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Move along.
This terminal isn't for off-worlders. I suggest you back away.
You're back to visit me. So all 3 captains have been removed from their posts. You're quite impressive. Here's the reward I promised. I will let my friends know of your able assistance. I'm certain we can return the favor at some point in the future. You've made a powerful ally, Jedi.
I have questions for you. You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why? Huh. We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun. And by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us? And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this. Is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory? Just think about it. Now, is there something else you needed? Like us, the people of Onderon are warriors. Early in their history, they built ISIS to protect them from the beasts that swarmed on their world. No matter how far they've progressed, they're fundamentally still warriors standing watch on their battlements. They don't like outsiders, and their inability to take ideas from other cultures gives them a fundamental disadvantage in warfare. They fell quickly during the Mandalorian Wars despite their martial skills. Their technology and doctrine are not in the same league as Mandalorians. Now, is there something else you needed? The Republic is a stagnant beast that had been killing its people for years before the wars began. Were it not for Revan's strength, the Republic would already be dead. Only Revan was worthy of our respect. We swept through the Outer Rim without any opposition until Revan assumed command of the Republic forces. Only then did the battle turn. But as you know, only a handful of Jedi fought, while the others cowered in their halls, afraid to meet us head-on. I'm sure there were good reasons. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. You commanded the Republic fleet that destroyed ours. You were a worthy opponent. Now is there something else you needed? The Republic thinks my people are dead, scattered. They are wrong. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. As long as one Mandalorian lives, we will survive. Our honor, fortunes, and lives revolve around battle. From our earliest history, this has been our way, as it will be always. Which is one of the reasons I travel with you. It pleases me that you recognize the truth. The Mandalorian clans will be united. Then we will take back our place in the galaxy. But we live in times of action, and I've said enough for now. We can speak of this again later. Now, is there something else you needed? We have suffered defeats before, but none like our defeat at Malachor. Our spirit may have faded, but it hasn't died. It will burn bright again, like a star in the heavens. The end of the Mandalorian Wars was something new and unknown to us. Revan fought us like a true warrior and defeated us on our own terms. Revan embodied our philosophy and showed us our own weaknesses. Then he exploited them. It was a painful lesson. With Mandalore dead, our weapons taken, and our pride destroyed, many lost their way. But I will change that. Only Mandalore can command the clans. There was no new Mandalore for many years. I can tell you want to know more, but we can talk more later about this. Now, is there something else you needed? Being Mandalore is the greatest honor for our people. Mandalore's helmet is passed from one leader to the next. When Revan executed Mandalore before our eyes, he cast Mandalore's helmet away, denied it to us. He took Mandalore's helmet and left with it. If he hadn't done that, the new Mandalore would have been chosen that day, but without leadership and direction, the clans scattered, fell apart. Mandalorians have been around too long to be so dependent on such a tradition. While it wouldn't be unheard of for a new helmet to be created, it was determined to find the real thing. Claiming the helmet is a traditional way for the new Mandalore to be chosen. Even in defeat, we held on to our traditions. No, this is the helmet of the old Mandalore. The same one he wore in the Exar Kun War, and many wars before that. During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. I was there with him when he defeated Darth Malak, and traveled with him afterwards. Eventually, he told me where he had taken the helmet. He set me upon this path. We can talk about Revan and other things later if you like. You know enough for now. Now, is there something else you needed? Yeah, what do you want? I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. I will help you fight your battles and plan your strategy. But I will not be your errand boy. Find some other lackey to do your bidding. Now, is there something else you needed? I thought that the Force would be enough of a weapon for a Jedi like yourself. Need a little something extra to work up your courage in a fight. Right, that makes sense. I'm sure the others are just too embarrassed to ask for themselves, so they sent you in their place. We wouldn't want to let them down. Here, and don't get too attached to them. I only have time to make so many. Now, is there something else you needed?
What do you want? Not really, I just started here. I have to get back to work.
Kawana bota yuta tanga kinamadora. Dahupa kosa kurata ko jujuto. Kavadumpa munsu mulihurawa ideret.
Do you have a visa yet? I'm still paying. I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on. Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I want to talk to you about anyway. I had faith you'd get hold of one. I've always been good at spotting talent. I've got big plans for it. So what do you want for it? A weapon, money, or the lightsaber crystal? Your pick. Here you go. If you aren't satisfied with it, just let me know.
Excuse me. Welcome back. My deck is... foul business, that is. Never. Dagon thought very highly of the good captain. I did too. She had a sharp wit, that one. Sad to see her go. Melvin. I'd much rather talk.
Poronos marana, potaga, tovarinicha, yamanashi. Poronos marana, potaga, tovarinicha.
Tawancha morichi chune mulera tonkinge ba gavadumpa munsuru kuplari kawana bota chune mulera gavadumpa munsuru.
This room is reserved. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. I know his face. It's a...
Welcome back. Foul business. She did? Oh no, by the four moons, what a mix-up. They got it all wrong. Dagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sulio was in great form. Dagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-tooth dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit, their way of passing time during these dark nights.
Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon, but the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pizzat game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Salio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Salio was our friend. Just outside the door by the junkie.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something. Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
They want to succeed to Kara.
Need Tawancha Mori Da Upa Go Sakurata Go Jujuto Yo Kunta Chiwita.
This room is That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were. I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though. That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. I might have even bought some.
I am 1B8D. Entity Bahima unknown. I have many serving droid parts. The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits. Thank you for your business.
Kif in the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
Need Tawancha Mori Da Upa Go Sakurata Go Jujuto Yoki Hiata Yamba Wachiaki Yukiko Tuni Kawana Bota Yutatanga Kinamatora.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Kawana Bota yuta tanga kinamat.
It's the off-worlder. Listen, I don't see...
Welcome back. My deck is... foul business, that is. If it'll help Dagon, you got it. There's no way that Dagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the off-worlder. What brings the two of you here? That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Gent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive. We did our job, Off-Worlder. And an hour or two of meddling on your part gives you no right to say that. Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dagon clearly hated each other. You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima the bartender can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. But there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
I've already given my report, Off-Worlder. He came from his office, like I said.
The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi. Of course he could. There's a direct line of fire that...
But the Off-Worlder has a recording from one of Bahima's broken serving droids. It shows that the shot came from the opposite direction.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dagon Gent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's gonna be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dagon Gent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. Great job, Nico. Without you, I'm pretty sure that the Doctor would still be behind bars. And thanks for your legwork, Off-Worlder.
What were you trying to do, Off-Worlder? If I hadn't spoken up for Dagon, he'd still be in jail.
The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators. If you head over to Dagon Gent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Thanks for getting me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one. Yeah, it was. Although it looked pretty much like this to begin with. Cool dirt never killed anyone. Well, maybe a few people. But they didn't pay too well, so they got what they deserve. I give my customers a menu of options. If they go for the deluxe, I'll clean up the place and put on a new spot. Otherwise, they do the risks. Patients, customers, idiotic hut spawn, call them what you like. Most doctors tell you that they get into the business to save lives. Most of them are flaming liars. At least I'll tell you the truth. I'm in it for the credits. Like what? We go way back. Way before he became Mandalore. In my experience, Mandalorians always know about the doctors around. For some strange reason, they keep getting into scrapes. You want to know more? Ask him yourself. Wrong place, wrong time. Captain Sulio and I were acquaintances. It just happened to be too close when she got dead. Real shame. She wasn't bad to look at, and she could drink. No, and at this point, I don't care. Just glad to be free. She's dead now. Not like finding whoever did it will bring her back. I deal with death all the time. We all end up like her eventually. Not many people can help you out with that. Been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hud's Vault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with? A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty in Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but there's a Master there. I think I know who it is. I'm not certain, otherwise I'd tell you. But the man I'm thinking about is smart, likes to stay in the shadows, and is cryptic as hell. If he isn't a Jedi Master, he should become one. There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those discs because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisc has the procedure. The Kells gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. You take Mandalore with you, though. You should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisc. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
What do you want here, Off-Worlder? The room is taken. The whole cantina is taken. You should leave. Those words will be your last.
No one crosses you.
found the encrypted holodisks yet. I won't be able to get a hold of my contacts from the palace without it. Great going there. With these, I'll check my contacts at the palace. I should be able to get a meeting with your Jedi Master shortly. You got anything you need to take care of in the quarter, you best do it now. You're dealing with serious politics by contacting them. If things go bad during a meeting, you may not be welcome in ISIS anymore. Perhaps never. Just let me know if you want to go through with this. Come back when you're ready. Better yet, call the whole thing off. Palace politics can get you killed these days.
So, you're back. This is excellent news. I'll gladly pay you 2,000 credits for it. It is worth more, indeed. The highest I can pay is 3,000 credits. No, the pleasure is all mine.
So you still intend to go through with it? I can schedule the meeting with your Jedi Master as soon as you like. Like I was saying, though, once I use my contact, you may be in over your head. You may not be welcome back on ISIS again. Yeah, I'll get on it. Just grab a cot and rest a bit. Once I get a meeting time, I'll let you know.
Is this meeting a trap? I can't afford to lose you, especially given recent events.
Anything could be a trap. That clue is no fool. But if the message is true...
Is this necessary? I can guarantee your safety in the palace, but outside these walls the General has many men that would do anything for him.
Nothing in life is certain, Your Majesty. But I feel something. There is a disruption in the Force. I must investigate this.
Very well. But please, be cautious.
Aren't I always?
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Well, the meeting is on. Head straight to the cantina. You guys should be in there. And, no offense, but I hope I never see you again.
You must have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is at full battle readiness. Smuggling in a message is no small task.
KotOR, the famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malak during the Jedi Civil War.
It seems my former student keeps curious company. Strange times lead to strange alliances, though. I have my ways as well. Why are you here? I imagine that you hold little love for any on the Jedi Council anymore. Even an old friend. You have to understand that it was a time of great uncertainty. We just learned that Darth Revan was back with an armada. Every Jedi that went with him was lost, corrupted, as dark as their master. And then there was you. Many thought you were a spy. There's more to it than that. And I think you deserve an explanation.
Am I interrupting? In orbit, I thought for sure that the Ebon Hawk was mine. I was certain, only to see you slip through my fingers during the battle. Imagine my delight to discover you were on Isis. Quite careless, if you ask me. Get them, men, and watch your aim. Civilian casualties cause a mess of paperwork.
I must return to the palace. I'll get word to you when I'm able. Run!
What? What have you done to my man? Blast! Men, take care of him. I won't let KotOR escape.
This cantina is infested with life. A well-placed grenade could cleanse some of the dirty and insignificant souls here.
Stop the fighting! Stop! Sergeant, take care of the witnesses. I'm sorry we had to do that. Appearances have to be maintained, and I'm afraid we don't have much time. You've helped out General Vaklu, and he understands how to show gratitude. We have allies, terrible allies. They want you dead. However, the General believes you could ultimately be an even greater ally. But we have to maintain appearances. Do you understand? I meant no offense. I am sorry. A Sith Lord. No idea of the name. Frankly, we had no idea who we were dealing with at first. And by the time we did, it was too late. The General believes we can make a new alliance that will be in both of our interests. Vaklu wants to control all of Onderon, and perhaps more down the road. The Republic's time is nearly over, and strong men like him will rule the age to come. You have shown that you are strong too, and he feels it inevitable that you become a force to be reckoned with. We'd like to ask your assistance in dealing with our ally, the Sith Lord. We have much to offer in return. Eventually, we will attack Queen Talia's palace. Isis is an ancient city filled with artifacts from our darker past. Some of those might be especially useful to you. Besides, the Sith Lord wants you dead, and an enemy of our enemy. For now, it's simple. We have to act like you're our enemy. When you leave this cantina, my men have orders to kill you. There is no way they could possibly stand up to you, but they don't know that. Leave Isis, and don't come back until we send a message for you. If the payment I've offered you is insufficient, I assure you General Vaklu himself can offer you a satisfactory deal. You must make a choice. Will you support us?
Vaklu is a political animal, but he has never backed out of a deal. The Sith must have changed their arrangement substantially for him to consider. consider betraying them. You can trust his offer. He's far more capable than Queen Talia is. I think allying with him is the best course. I'll vouch for him. I know him from across a battlefield. That's the best way to learn about someone.
Excellent. You won't regret this decision. We will contact you. Like I told you, the men outside will try to kill you. We will talk later.
What's happening in the West Square? It sounded like battle. Command's ordered comm blackout. Do you know what's going on? What? Why? That makes no sense. Command hasn't issued any alerts. Are you sure it wasn't some of those Beast Rider slags? They've been getting bolder recently. Listen, if you really were in a fight, you should report it to the soldiers. The West Square is a dangerous place these days. You know what to do. You know what to do. Let's do it! Get him!
You're that swoop biker, right? My friend says you should go pro.
The diagnostic is doing something strange. Target acquired. What the hell does that mean?
Who wants to die first?
Your visa's been scanned. You're cleared to leave. I'd leave right away. Things are going crazy in this quarter.
The shuttle is just ahead. I think we should get out of here fast. It's gonna be some time before they forget about us here. No more trips to ISIS for us until the situation changes. A lot.
You again? You don't need to see me if you want to leave the city. Once you get to the starport, you're done with the bureaucracy.
Unnecessary observation. You are an annoying recitation.
We're back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet. It sounds like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you, and you could use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxon to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway. I don't have it in me. It's a matter of self-interest. The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic, and then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later.
The Ebonhawk is patched up and ready to go. When you're ready to depart, we can ask the guide here to take us back to the ship.
I want to have a word with you. I wanted to make sure that we have some things clear. Right now, we both seek the same goals. Whatever our reasons may be, the Sith must be stopped. If they destroy the Jedi, the Republic will fall and my people will be eradicated or enslaved. To survive, I'll help you. But as Mandalore, I have another duty. The unification of the clans. After our defeat at Malachor, the survivors spread across the Outer Rim, many taking up work as mercenaries, or worse. But they cannot have fallen so far that they will not recognize a new Mandalore has been chosen. One who will restore our people to glory. I'll fight beside you, but I'm warning you, don't get in my way. I'm not asking for help. I'm just asking you to let me do this. Cross me, and I might have to reevaluate our arrangement. After the Sith are dealt with, you can turn your attention to us. Or maybe we can forge an alliance of our own. Our next battle need not be fought against your Republic. Consider what I've said. Now, is there something else you needed?
My life for yours. I will answer what I can.
I don't think he will be able to return to Isis anytime soon. General Vaklu has a great deal of power. Even a Jedi couldn't defeat an entire army alone.
I hear you handled ISIS adequately. Mandalore has left me in charge until he has finished his journey to reunite the clans. If there is any change planet-side, I'll send you a message.
The Mandalorians will rise again.
Ready to head back to your ship? Give the word and I'll take you there. Follow me.
I received an urgent communication for you from Colonel Tobin. Return to the camp as soon as possible and I will tell you more.
That is how flesh and blood fights. Let me show you how one fights when one's life is the Force.
I won't let you harm him. I have heard of your kind. You worship strength, when all it does is rot you from within.
You echo another's words, and as an echo it lacks strength. Who is it who's taught you of the Sith?
I will not reveal my mistress, and I will not allow you to harm the one I travel with.
I cannot harm him. His wound lies deeper than any blade could reach. That is why I follow him, and protect him.
Protect him? I do not believe you.
You do not believe that I would follow him to death. Certainly you have read as much in my movements as I have in yours. There's no shame in your feelings, sister of the Echani.
Be silent! You know nothing of what you speak.
You are alone, and wounded in your own way. I can feel its pulse, like a heartbeat from the past. But if you will not believe that I mean him no harm, then believe this. I wish to learn from him. I wish to learn how it is he still walks, when his spirit is nothing more than a shell. When you feel as though the Force, as if life itself has abandoned you. I had a question for you, sister of the Echani. The exile. What does he look like?
Like a man, but it is more than that. And I do not have the words. He is selfish, at times lacking discipline to his urges. My mistress was right about him. The galaxy has poisoned his heart, but yet I hope that he can be redeemed. It is a faint hope, and I find that I cannot help but follow him. There is a feeling that emanates from him, like a sound from far away that has traveled a vast distance to reach here.
Like an echo. Your words are well chosen, sister of the Echani. I will not harm him. But it is not me you should fear. There are darker things in the galaxy than a blind one such as I.
So you fought against the Mandalorians in the war?
I was part of the war effort, yes. I worked as a technician, though.
But you fought on the front lines. To a Mandalorian, there is honor in that.
I could do without your Mandalorian honor. I saw the results of your honor, the absolute destruction your warriors brought. And look at them now. Mandalorians are little better than mercenary thugs. And what's honor to someone like that? All they care about are credits.
If I were you, I'd pick your words more carefully.
I don't need compliments from a murderer.
Maybe that's what it looked like to you, but that isn't why we fought. We fought for honor and glory in the heat of battle.
You did nothing but murder innocents.
The Republic took us too lightly. We wanted to face the full force of their army. We had to goad them to fight.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you ask me, you Mandalorians just got what you deserved at Malachor.
Defeat is part of a warrior's life. We will recover, stronger than before.
Doesn't it even bother you that your people were almost destroyed? Or do lives have no meaning to you?
People die in war.
Well, I'm glad to have you guarding my back.
Fine by me.
am prepared for whatever you wish to teach me. I understand now. My life for yours. I will answer what I can. My life for yours. I will... It is difficult to explain. It is something that must be experienced if it is to be understood.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. Statement. Answer. Many organic meatbags find that question difficult to answer, Master, but I believe I can provide you with a satisfactory definition. Definition. Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away using an Aerotech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope. Statement. This definition, I am told, is subject to interpretation. Obviously, love is a matter of odds. Not many meatbags could make such a shot. And strangely enough, not many meatbags would derive love from it. Yet for me, love is knowing your target, putting them in your targeting reticle, and together achieving a singular purpose against statistically long odds. Statement. Answer. Master. Consul.
Nice ship you have here. Where did you get it? I see. Well, you were lucky to get it then. This is a fast ship. Well made. I'll bet she'd have some stories to tell. Now, was there something else you needed?
Something up?
All right. Yeah,
Yes. You may speak. Now, that would be telling. For
Yes? You may ask. What of her? As I said, I knew little about her. This is already known to me. Why are you telling me this? Even if I believed you, to even discuss this is a betrayal of my oath to Atris. We have spoken long enough. Yes? You may have. There is nothing. I have all combat and I have taken other each other.
Yes? Have you come with questions? That crystal is bonded to you. Most interesting. Is there some... Did he? And what do you make of that? The Mandalorians were right to respect you on the field of battle. The Jedi are gone, vanished. Now, an entire planet of Force sensitives wiped clean of life. And now this slice of the galaxy is blind. It is no coincidence. The two events are tied. I fear you are right. And I fear it may prove more than that. War is a hunger, and there are spirits in the galaxy whose hunger is never satisfied. But there is little to be done about it now. Watch the seer carefully. She may reveal more. Yes? Ask. Yes? Very well. Yes? That crystal is... Let me focus. There. Is there something...
Reporting as ordered, Mandalore. I can take you wherever you need to go, Hux. It's up to you, Jedi. This soldier knows the terrain. He can get us where we need to go quickly, without needing to blast our way through herds of Canucks. Follow me, then.
You received my message, then? Colonel Tobin contacted us. He arranged safe passage to Onderon for you, but I don't know if his offer still stands. This morning, General Vaklu met with the Council of Lords and pronounced the Queen guilty of treason. He'll be made regent if Talia and her royal guard are defeated. The military support is evenly divided. Isis has fallen into civil war. We can talk to him via satellite on Isis. I'll contact him now.
It is good to see you. We tried to delay the war as long as possible, to give you enough time to receive our message and get here. But the Sith could only be delayed for so long. Still, your arrival is timely. The war goes well, but victory is not yet certain. Much of the city is under our control, but we still need to wrest the merchant quarter from Queen Talia's forces. We need you to spearhead the assault on the Merchant Quarter and the attack on the Royal Palace. But we also need you to tend to the Sith Lord's forces. The Sith Lord has been using an ancient tomb on Duxton as their base in the system. That tomb isn't too far from your encampment. You need to assemble a group that can eliminate the Sith at the tomb. We'll coordinate with Kelborn when you're ready to strike. After they're attacked there, the Sith will turn on us. So we'll need you here with us. You'll have to divide your forces. We need your skills on the planet. You should select someone you trust to lead the group to attack the Sith camp. I look forward to working with you in person. The battle rages nearby. Find some sort of transport to the Merchant Quarter. General Vaklu will meet you personally when you arrive.
The Colonel has transmitted the tomb's coordinates, and I've got a strike force of Mandalorians ready to go. We will send the strike force with you to clear a path through the jungle. Who will lead that expedition?
I will serve as you wish.
You should send 2 others to go with the leader. Who else will accompany the expedition? So be it. And who else? Not the most subtle choice. Now, are you certain of your choices? All right, let's try this again. Who shall lead the party?
I will do what you ask of me.
You should send 2 others to go with the leader. Not the most subtle choice. And who else? As you say. Now, are you certain of your choices?
Mandalorian warriors will go with you to find the enemy camp. Just let me know when you want to head out. If you need supplies, talk with Kex. After you get into the jungle, you might not have another opportunity to stock up. Let me know if you want to go now. As you wish. Mandalore has arranged for special transportation to get to Isis.
Finally, we're close to our objective. I sent the rest of my men to secure the trail behind us. We've already received our signal from Colonel Tobin. You're to attack the Sith camp immediately. My troops will keep the path to the Mandalorian camp clear. Ahead lies the enemy. I can follow you a little bit further, but then I will set up command and control for my unit in the field. So lead on.
I'm here.
Interjection. That's a primitive security system meatbag. It scans its immediate vicinity for anything it perceives as a threat. One of its many faults is that it can't detect stealth field generators.
So, you aren't completely ignorant in the ways of battle? Good. But all of you must pass through its perimeter, and undetected would be better. Avoid the mines. If any of the ones close to the sensor are detonated, then we shouldn't even bother.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
This will teach you.
intruders! Kill them!
Prepare yourself.
Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
This is my first day on Duxon. My predecessor displeased our masters and was dealt with. The fool led Canox through the perimeter. The Sith don't tolerate any failure. I'm the 5th captain to command this place. The camp sits in the shadow of a tomb. My subordinates say that the body of an ancient warlord named Freedom Nerd lies inside. We don't know why we're here. We sit and make sure that no beasts come into our camp, and especially that they don't reach the tomb itself. Bleak assignment. Signing off. This jungle feels similar to Korriban before it fell after the war. Everyone is on edge. Executions for infractions are commonplace here. 50% more than my previous command. There's a bloodthirstiness to the jungle. Beasts here continually assault our mined perimeter. We had to replace the minefields 4 times so far. We received more equipment and more men today. The equipment went straight inside the tomb. As usual, I have no idea what it contained. We're expecting more Sith to arrive any day. They want us to capture one of the beasts for them. No explanation. There never is. Signing off. Coded messages from orbit and from Onderon. Some sort of conflict is brewing. We have a ship in orbit. We're on full battle alert against what they won't say. The Sith Master said something about a disturbance in the lists. Well, what does that even mean? How do I prepare for that? From its tone, the threat is serious. We put a double shift on monitoring the aerial sensor grid. The only thing that could worry our masters so much has to be a drop-ship invasion from the Onderon military. We will be prepared. The Sith said soon we'll have reinforcements. When I asked for details, he said it was a surprise. I hate the ones with a sense of humor. Sith jokes are rarely pleasant. Signing off.
Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Switching to combat mode. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Ready to serve. Assassination protocol initiated.
Yes?
Optimal accuracy radar. Set to maximum. Switching to combat mode. Accuracy ratio achieved. Ready to serve. Systems failing, Master. Ratio achieved.
Yes? Ratio achieved.
Progress. The Sith's camp lies in ruins. I told Kelborn of your progress. The rest of your squad is already en route to Isis. Also, Kex checked our sources for any information about this place. Kex believes that this is the tomb of Frida Nad. We knew it was somewhere on this moon. We had no idea how close it was to our camp. Some sort of fallen Jedi. He conquered Onderon long ago and became their king. The royal line is directly
descended from him. That part of Onderon history the citizens try to leave buried and forgotten. Our priority here wasn't exploration. The mission was salvage in force, and to do so covertly. We have successfully pursued those objectives. Zuka didn't have our long-range sensors operational either. We received some transmissions from this area, but without Tobin's intelligence, we would never have found it. Frieden Nad was a dark Jedi. The stories say he was far worse than Revan and Malak ever were. This place is tainted, and the Sith presence here makes the danger great.
I can sense the power from this place. It's like the light abandoned it long ago. I fear the Sith shall be very strong here.
I am returning outside. My attention is required to keep the path to our camp clear.
The time for practice is over. There are intruders in the tomb and they cannot be allowed to reach our master. The ritual must not be interrupted. I don't need to mention the price of failure. Men, follow me.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Accuracy ratio achieved. Switching to combat mode. Engaging. Engaging. Prejudice set to maximum. Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy rate. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Yes, Master. Let me test this Securitas primitive mechanism. Ready to serve. assassination protocol initiated. Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy rate assassination protocol initiated. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Ready to serve. Let me test this security. Oh, stupid. Primitive mechanism.
Ready.
Ready to serve.
You
Anyone that has been marked by our masters can do it. Yes, you're getting the hang of it now. It's so easy. But how did they do it? You doubt our master's power. They have erased the minds of these beasts and made them our obedient servants. With an army of these, who could defeat us? No one, of course. Now the intruder is here. Beast, attack!
This will teach you.
Ratio. You achieve.
I shall honor them with battle.
Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Switching to combat mode. Ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
I shall honor.
Required. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Prejudice set to ratio achieved. Ratio achieved. Acknowledgement. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Acknowledgement.
I'm here.
Break the ritual now. You're too late. We have done what needed to be done. Soon, Onderon shall fall, and with it, the Republic shall die. But what is this? Of course, the Force has guided you here. It echoes within you, yet I sense it is untrained. It is good you have sought us out. This tomb is strong with the dark side. Here is where you will take your first steps on the path to your destiny. It is good you're willing to hear the truth. The truth about the Force. Truth the Jedi would keep from everyone if they could. They would have you become a puppet of the Force. They would have you deny the strength of your emotions, the strength of your own will. Can't you feel the power of this place? It echoes through you like a second voice. Accept it. Embrace it. The Jedi teachings say that one should never use the Force in anger. To deprive themselves of such a weapon is absurd. The Force is there to be used. That is the truth of the dark side. Use your emotions. Use your rage and channel the Force. Use its power to break your chains and forge your own destiny. Just give in. Let the walls around your emotions fall. Let vengeance guide your hand. Let passion fuel your power. You feel it, yes? Yes, you can see it. You can feel it around you. There are no limits to what you could achieve. Join us. A shame. Instead of freedom and power, you have chosen death. So be it.
Yes, Master. Optimal accuracy ratio Systems failing, Master. Ready to serve.
I'm here.
Break the ritual now.
Yes, this will teach you. Accuracy ratio achieved. Combat mode. Systems failing, Master.